Hello, first grade. Today is Tuesday, May 19th. And we have Winterberry here again. She was just going to remind us what we're doing when we are remembering our newer sight words. If we're tapping our head or our tummy or whatever it is. And Willow's talking with her. But Willow, it's time to have a seat. There you go. And Winterberry can help us remember. And hello to Willow and Ollie and their mom and all of our little friends too that are here. So let's see, we have new sight words here. So this one, we'll say it. We'll tap our shoulders. Whoops. Say it, tap our shoulder, and say it again. We'll do it a couple times. This is A like apple. Am. Here we go. Say it and shoulder. Am. Am. Again. Am. Am. Next. That starts with O, la, L, le, like egg, the whisper sound, let. So we'll tap our, what is it, Winterberry? Nose. Okay, so we'll say it, spell it, and tap and say it. Here we go. Let, N-O, oops. I was going to spell nose. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. Say it first. Let. L-E-T, let. Again, let. L-E-T, let. Here's another one. Starts with the P sound. And right away with the la sound, pla. It's a funny one. Please. So this one, we're tapping our heads. Right, thanks, Winterberry. So we'll say it, spell it, and say it. Here we go. Please. P-L-E-A-S-E. Please. Again. Please. P-L-E-A-S-E, please. Next. This one's a color. And it starts with what sound? Ba. Right away with the la sound, like please, blah. Oh, for the U, blue. So this time we're going to tap our tummy. Thank you, Winterberry. Here we go. Blue. B-L-U-E. Blue. Again. Blue. B-L-U-E. Blue. We have one more. Is it a color? It is. And it starts with what sound? With a oo and right away. Purr. Purple. So this time we're going to karate chop. So get your choppers out. And it's a long one. So choppers out. Ready to sweep it off at the end. Here we go. Purple. P-U-R-P-L-E. Sweep purple. Get those wood chips off. Again. Say it and spell. Purple. P-U-R-P-L-E, purple. And now we've got some ones we've seen before. Ooh, I just gave that one away. It's a number. Yeah. 1. An. A number. 2. About. Another number. 3. This is not a number, but it sounds like a number. 4. This gift is for you. 4. Is. The. And. Oh, maybe she has to go with Winterberry. R. And we're all done with that batch. Just making sure I've got everything. Yep. Okay, now this is a little word puzzle, and you have to figure out what word it is. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. The 4th letter is missing. So I'll give you a moment to think of what this word might be. All right, I'll fill it in and see if this is what you thought it was. With. Yesterday there was a story. And who is the story about? Willow and Ollie, yes. How did the story start? With which one, Willow or Ollie or both? It started with Willow, right. And who was Willow playing with? she was playing with her bunny. And where was Willow playing? Yes, Willow was playing in her room. And what did Willow notice about? What did Willow notice in her room that caught her attention? Well, what caught her attention in her room was the golden sunlight slanting in through her window. Did she want to do something with the sunlight? Or did it make her want to do something? It made her want to go outside and be in it. Did she want to go outside alone? No, she was calling somebody. Who was she calling out to? Yes, she was calling out to Ollie. Did he come right away? No, he was not answering when she called out. He didn't answer. Did she look for Ollie or did she go outside right away? She went to look for Ollie. Did Ollie answer finally inside the house? No, he didn't answer inside the house. Did Willow look for Ollie in his room? Yes, Willow did look for Ollie in his room. And what did Willow see on the floor or in his room that Ollie might have been playing with? Yes, the books on the floor. It looked like Ollie might have been playing with those. Did Willow look for Ollie outside? Yes, she did look for Ollie outside. And where did Willow finally find Ollie? Yes, Willow found Ollie by the old pine tree. Was Ollie being loud or quiet? He was being quiet. And what was Ollie pretending to be? It's a bigger word. It's at the library. Yes, a librarian. And what was Ollie, the librarian, telling Willow to do? Ollie, the librarian, was telling Willow to be quiet. How did he tell Willow to be quiet? Yes, he went, shh. Can you make the sound that Ollie made? Shh, shh. Try making that sound. Shh, shh. And what was Ollie looking at or doing by the pine tree? Yeah, he was looking at a book. And he was very focused on it. What did Willow start to look at? Because Ollie had a pile of them. Yes, she started to look at some of his books. What were the names, or what were some of the books about? Okay, yep, there was a book about sheep. What other books too? A book about sharks. What else? A book about ships, like out on the ocean. And what else? I think there was one other book at least. A book about shells. Yes, seashells or shells. And the book about sharks was shaped like something. It was shaped like a sharp shark tooth. So after a little bit, because Willow was looking through those books, what did Willow and Ollie go and have a snack? What was their snack? Yes, they went to have a shake. So that was the story. Today, we're going to draw a picture of where Willow and Ollie were outside and with them looking at the books. So we're going to need a few things: your yellow main lesson book, crayons, and I'll double check that might be it. I'm going to bring mine over. And I think I'm going to have to clean up a little bit here because I have to put down the camera. So let's see. Let's see how that works now. And I can pull this down like so. And open up my crayons. Oh, I have to change it because we're going to do it. You can turn your book so that I'm not sure which side the spiral will be on. It depends on what page you're on. So here's what I'd like you to do. Close your yellow main lesson book and put it like you're looking at it like a book, so that the spiral is over on this side. So you can open it like that. And it's going to open up to the first page, and then just flip through the pages until you get to the first blank page. And then you'll do that page. The spiral might be here, or it might be on this side, depending on which page you're on. But pause and take a moment, press play when you're done and you found that page that's blank. I'm going to turn this. There. And then, right, press play once you've got your page all figured out, and you can join us. And it's up and down like portrait. So that's why we open the book like that. Okay. And I can even show you with my spiral notebook here. It's like this, and then you're going to open it and flip through to the first blank page. And if it's here, you can flip it and your spiral will be on that side. But if your blank page is this one, then you'll flip it and the spiral will be on this side. So it really just depends on what's your blank page. So there, I got to show you with that. There we go. And we'll open our crayons. I don't know if you'll get to see mine very good, but they're here, down here at the bottom. But out of the way. Oh, yeah, you can see them a little bit maybe, but maybe not. I'm going to try and get the top in. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Now, this will be a picture of Willow and Ollie, like we were saying, or I was saying just a couple minutes ago, with them by the old oak tree, looking at the books. Not oak tree. What kind of tree? Pine tree. Right. So we've been drawing the other tree on this side of the page, and it's not an oak tree. I keep saying oak tree. It is a different tree. It's different than a pine, but the pine tree we're going to start drawing over here, like this. So the other tree's here in their yard, and the pine tree will be here this time. So we'll need a brown for the pine tree, and we're going to set it there for the trunk. And let's see, you could pick, I'm just making sure, you could pick any other color border you'd like. I think I'm going to pick, actually, let me think about this, because each week we're going to do a certain color, because you'll find out tomorrow why. So let me think. I would like to do purple for the rest of the border, but I am going to do green on the bottom for the grass. So remember how we did this last time? Because there's going to be a tree up here. I'm not going to bring the purple all the way to the end. I'm just going to go across the top because we do heavens first, and I'm only going to bring it most of the way and leave some space for that pine tree to grow in there. And then for the bottom, same thing. I'm going to go almost to the bottom, but I'm leaving room for the grass. But first I'm going to do the grass because we do heavens and then earth. So I'm going to do the earth with the grass. And, yeah, that's right. And we'll get it with a thicker inside, the shouting inside. And then over here is the other purple. So heavens, earth, and then left or sun side. We'll come down. And then on this side, the right, or the moon side, we're going to grow a pine tree. So put a seed there. And it's going to be, well, it is an old pine tree, so it'll be thicker. And we're going to start thicker on the bottom, but then keep it thinner as we go up, so just more, we see more branches. So we'll first start here and get a nice thick trunk all the way up. I'm going to do that again to make sure. And then I'm going to make it a little thicker here on the bottom. And then keep it thinner as we go up. So there it is on the bottom and keeping it thin. I'm going to add some sharper roots to that. And give them a little bit of twisties. Then I'm going to go all around the borders, and I'm going to blend it in up here, the purple in. But what I think I might do first, yes, okay, first I'm going to add our yellow, beautiful yellow sunshiny sky. So get your lemon yellow. Oops. And sometimes it leaves little sun flares. That's okay. And get the whole page covered up with our beautiful yellow sunshiny day. Okay, and I got little bits of color in there, and that's okay. Gives it some character. Then I'm going to actually take the purple. No, I take it back. I was going to do that next. I'm going to take the green, and we're going to grow our tree now. So here's how you grow, one way to grow a pine tree. So it's going upwards, and I'm going to leave some of the trunk on the bottom, because this is an old pine tree, and it's grown way up. And we're just going to have the longer pieces coming out, and they get shorter and shorter at the top until they're getting shorter and pointier. So we'll start about here. You can start over the tree. So I'm starting about in the wood. And with Mama Bear, I'm coming down and up a little bit, down and up, and doing that a little bit, leaving some room in there. And just growing all the way up the tree. I'm going to go back over and add a little more texture and darkness to it. Another layer. And then we have the pine tree. Growing up like that. So now once we have the pine tree, we can take our purple, and we're going to shout more. We can round the edges and crisp up the inside with the shout. I'm going to blend the green up into it a little bit and thicken it up a little bit in the grass. Add a little bit more green into the root area. And then I'm going to use my lemon yellow again and get a nice dark shouting part for the sun. And then after the lemon yellow, the golden yellow. And add some more shouting. And this time, even with some rays coming out. So that's the top. It's beautiful. And I think I'm going to take my red and just add a little bit to the trunk. Just, oh, the slightest kind of whispering there for the redwood look. And then I'm going to take my blue and with a whisper of the blue, just a light breeze of blue, add it to the branches to bring in a little bit of that blue that we feel that we might see in the pine needles. And that's all for that. I'm going to tuck my crayons back in their little sleeping bag areas until they're needed again. You can do that too, just so they're kind of ready. And now we'll draw Willow and Ollie. And anytime you feel that you need to stop, you can pause and catch up a little bit and then press play again to start more with us. So with Willow and Ollie, I'm going to just put them down here. We're going to leave this all sunshiny and we're going to leave it blank up there. We might add something to that part tomorrow. So make sure you leave space up here. And we're going to draw Willow and Ollie down here in this part, below the branches. And we can see Willow and Ollie there in the basket hanging out. So we want to look at what colors they might be. Whoops. And Ollie has his green bodysuit on. And then I like to do kind of his blue shorts, overall shorts. Willow, we've been using more of the golden yellow for her body because we don't have pink, and then the red for her dress. And I might have black. Now, if you don't have black, it's okay. You can use brown or dark brown for both Willow and Ollie's hair. If you don't have black, Willow's doesn't have to be black. So I think I'm going to add Ollie, he's closer to the pine tree because he's sitting near it. And then Willow's over here. So maybe I'll have Ollie here and Willow here. You could even have them a little further over, both kind of over here with this part blank. But I might do that, just maybe a tad over. And I'm going to start with Ollie and his green. And he's going to be on his knees. So I'm just going to do sort of like an outline of it. So there he is on his knees there, with his feet coming out, and his body is sitting up, and he's reading the book. So you can see his outline going there. And here. Getting his feet there. Remember, anytime you can pause to do something and catch up to this point too. And let's see, so I've got that, and I'm going to have his arm a little darker and his elbow coming up, and he's got his book. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to add now, I'm going to thicken that up probably, but I want to first get the golden yellow. They're both a little more brown, but it's hard to do a really light brown. So I might try that. Do a really light brown for their heads, especially if we're going to use brown. I guess we can right now we're whispering with the brown for his hands and his head. There. And then I'm going to add his hair, darker. So I'm gonna talk and shout with his hair. There. So there's Ollie, and his hand is here, and we'll get him with a book. But what color should the book be? Should be different than all the colors we're using. Oh gosh, maybe, well, I have to fill in his shorts first, so let's do that. So he's got his overall shorts on in blue, so we'll go around his arm, since his arm is still green, and put his shorts on to about there. There. And then I'm gonna get his arm a little bit more. And then since we have green and blue and brown, maybe I'll make a red book for him. So he's got, let me see how that would work. He's got a book that he's looking at. So there. He's got his book there, and he's reading. And now let's make a little pile of books. And I think the way I'll do that is just different colors. So maybe we'll start with a purple book. And then trying to keep all the crayons where they go. And then maybe an orange book. And maybe a green book. And we'll do one more, because I think we had, what were the books again? We had sheep, sharks, ships, and shells. Maybe one more. Maybe the shells could be like golden yellow, so it really shows up. So there's his pile of books in between him and his sister Willow. So now we'll get Willow. Now if you need some time, you can pause the video, press play again when you've got all that ready for Ollie. Willow's going to have, what do we say, the golden yellow body, because we don't have pink. And light red with red might be a little bit hard to do. So we'll do golden yellow. And she's also sitting there. So we'll get her with her, let's see here. Her knees like that too. So first we'll draw her body. And I guess we'll cover up that purple spot with her dress. But first, I'm gonna have her reaching out before we get her dress drawn in. She's gonna be reaching out for the books. Like that. And we'll get her hand next, but first let's get her dress. So she's wearing her dress. We'll go over the golden yellow now. And her dress is coming back and out over her feet. It's kind of going to cover her up, I think. Okay. Oops, I've got this all turned, don't I? And then her arm is coming out. We'll get that more. And then we'll add her hand reaching. And her face. That's the side of her face. And I'm going to see if I have a black. I don't know if this is or not. Looks like I have a black, but you can use the dark brown. And I'm just going to get her hair, and then we'll add her little pigtails. There's her little pigtails, one down and one up, all askew. And so she's there reaching for the books. So that's what we'll do today. We've just got them set up, and we'll add more to the picture tomorrow. But we got this far for now. Also, well, let's get our crayons put away. So we'll get the red, orange, and yellow, golden yellow, and the green, and the blue, and the purple, and the other colors all tucked away. And you can close up your crayons, roll them up if that's what you like to do. And don't forget to do your reading today. Whatever book you're on or wherever you're at with your reading, do that. And also do the play. Have your props on hand and go through the play. And maybe you've already started to memorize some of it. Yay, that's super exciting. But it still might take another 5 or 6 days at least of listening and doing it each time to really start memorizing more of it. We'll see. Some might memorize it sooner too, or take longer. Either way, it's okay. We have lots. Well, how many more days? We have 9. We have about 15 or 19 more school days where you can be saying the play each school day. So I think next time we're going to add a little orange. I forgot to. We'll do that next time. If you think of it now, that's fine too. So reading and the play, and enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodbye. Goodbye, Willow and Ollie and Winterberry and their mom. And all the little friends, and we'll see you next time.